First, the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association Board today approved regulations in hopes of sports being played this upcoming school year. It's our top story tonight at 5. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Josh Smith. Good afternoon to you. Now, sports, all this is going to be contingent on Tennessee Governor Bill Lee and his state of emergency order that's set to expire as scheduled on August 29th. So supposing the governor doesn't extend that and they're able to play, here are regulations just passed by the TSSAA board today. All coaches, players, and officials must have temperatures checked before every practice or game. All fans, cheerleaders, bands, media, anyone else entering the stadium or arena, they have to be checked. No scrimmages, jamborees, or other practices with other teams will be permitted.
Fans will be required to wear a face covering while attending a game, and schools are encouraged but not required to limit seating to a fourth to a third of capacity to allow for social distancing. Kenny Hawkins listened to that board meeting this afternoon. He's in the studio tonight with more on the option approved for football to be played this fall. Kenny?
Well, I can tell you one thing. If they're going to check everybody's temperature for Elizabethton and Science Hill, you better get there early or you're going to miss the game. We still don't have anything in concrete, but we are getting closer after the board announced they prefer option 2 out of the 4 contingency plans announced about 2 weeks ago. Option 2, which is an 8-game schedule, 4 weeks of playoffs. Only the top 2 teams in each region advance to the postseason. Non-qualifying teams will be allowed to host 2 bowl games after the regular season concludes. The board only approved option 2 with a new hybrid plan, which means the TSSAA would schedule each team's region schedules, and the onus would be on the coach of each team to fill out the rest of their 8-game regular season schedule. The hybrid also means more scheduling flexibility based on when or if the governor rescinds the executive order. Now, with all of that being said, right now the targeted date for football to start is still September the 18th. For reaction on today's vote, we go live to Michael Epps at Elizabethton High School, where he's joined by the head coach of the state champion Elizabethton Cyclones. Michael?
Hey there, Kenny. Thanks a lot. Interesting information from the TSSAA today, but not that concrete information, not the start date. And so we're joined by Elizabethton head football coach SHAWN, WITTEN, defending state champions, and obviously this isn't quite the day that you maybe were expecting. You want that concrete date, don't you?
Well, we do, but I think, just puts out there that there's still is hope we going to play, that they're still looking at every option. The new hybrid plan just, gives us time, and that they're going to looking at all options. And that's, as a high school coach or as a high school football player, before they cancel it or postpone it, you want them to research every option out there for us to give us a chance to play.
Yeah, and what kind of new information did you learn today? What are you going to take out of today?
Well, we know that the season is going to start on September the 18th, possibly. Before that, doesn't look definite. Who we play on September 18th, we don't quite know, other than our district games. Who we're going to play as a non-region games is kind of iffy at this point. We know that a lot of our season is kind of based on some non-district games like Science Hill, Daniel Boone, some local rivalries. But for us to get an opportunity to play, we know that the work we're putting in right now, eventually will pay off.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because this is normally the time that you guys are ready to just kind of hit the ground running, but now it's not even in your control. It's all in the governor's control to see if he's going to extend his emergency order or not. How difficult is that thought alone for you guys?
Well, our guys are going to continue to show up and work just like any other school. We've got a great program and we got going on right now. Our guys are continuing to work. We're practicing without pads, just putting a lot of installation in, and we're going to continue to lift weights, get our guys ready to go, and we're just excited about it. I mean, each day is a new opportunity for our school in the 2020 season. We're like just any other team and any other coaches. We're going to do whatever it takes to kind of get ourselves there. But, we definitely just kind of, as we start going along, each week it gets a little bit closer. You kind of need a little bit more of that concrete information, and we're all kind of creatures of habits if coaches and players want to know that definite information. But, right now, a lot of it is kind of up to, when we're going to start school, are we going to be able to stay in school, and then we kind of go from there.
Yeah, and the TSSAA did say that, they're not going to say no fans are allowed. That's going to be up to the school. So we'll wait to see if Elizabethton will allow fans. But just what would you kind of say to the fan base right now that just kind of wants football? We're getting into August. This is high school football time. What are you kind of saying?
I think TSSAA wants to play, and they're looking at every option. I do also think that, just be supportive, encourage our guys, help our communities out by, getting the numbers down and giving us a chance to play. And we just, we know that the restrictions and our team's going to be ready. We got a great group ahead of us, and we're excited about it. As a team, football is the ultimate team sport. And moving forward, we're going to need everybody on our roster, because at any point in time, somebody could be out, So we're going to need our backup players. We're going to need our young players to be ready, and that's why football is such a team sport.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, Coach. Kenny, these guys are getting ready for that state title defense after winning, going 15-0 last year, so they want to get out there. All these teams want to get out there, but it's just a waiting game from the governor's office. But I'll send it back to you, Kenny. Reporting live in Elizabethton, Michael Epps, News Channel 11 Sports.
All right, thanks, Michael. Thank you. We'll hear from you later tonight at 6 o'clock. You'll also be talking to a few players. You can read more right now about today's TSSAA board meeting on WJHL.com. Josh?